Everywhere you turn, everyone is talking about AI. You can't read a news article, you can't switch on the news without hearing something about AI and advances in AI. Conversations at work are about AI and how's it going to affect our jobs. Conversations over dinner is what's going on with AI, how's it going to impact our lives. And there's a lot of unknowns, and when there are unknowns, people tend to get uncomfortable. What's going to happen? Where's this going to go? And how's that going to impact me? What's that going to mean for me? And people tend to, there's excitement, there is unease, there's downright anxiety about it. And there's so much we don't know. What we do know so far is obviously there's studies, there's research occurring on the ground. And what they're able to tell so far is it looks like AI is going to impact most of our jobs, that literally 80% of jobs will get impacted at least 10%. And when I say impacted, they're not talking about job replaceability. I'm not saying that that's not going to happen, but they're talking more about that the tasks are going to be altered, that there's going to be alteration. So there's more talk right now about alteration than replaceability. So 80% of our jobs, for 80% of us, at least 10% is going to be affected. And for 19% of us, 19% of our jobs, at least 50% of your job will be affected in terms of alteration of tasks. So what kinds of jobs are most affected? Because that's a big difference between 80% of us and then the 19% where, gosh, at least 50% of our tasks are going to be affected. Well, the higher the income level, the higher the education level, the higher the job level, the more impact. The impact is probably going to be felt across all wage levels. And it's jobs like accounting and finance and PR and math-related jobs and web design. These are just some of the roles that they're looking at are going to be more affected. Some people are excited, some people are scared. There's a lot of talk out there. And one thing's certain is AI is not going away. AI is here, and it's only going to be more and more here. So it's not a matter of, well, let me try to find an industry or let me try to find a job where it's not involved and keep doing what I'm doing, because that's just most likely not going to happen. And so the better route is to look at it and say, okay, how am I thinking about it? How am I managing my emotions around it so I'm not letting it whip me around if I'm scared or if I'm really uneasy because of it? So what can I do to manage my emotions and think about it better? And the second thing that you want to do is, so what could I do to not only just sort of limp through this wild open future, but what could I do to actually capitalize on it? Like any other change that you've experienced in your life, the advent and the growth of artificial intelligence, it's really about how you think about it. It's how you manage your emotions around it. People who are most successful at change, they do three things. Number one, they look at the advantages right now. If you're looking at ChatGPT and playing around with it, you can see it can help me come up with these ideas. It can help me to save time by writing this copy for me, etc. Whatever it is, there are things that it could help you with right now. Secondly, they look at the long-term advantages, knowing that they don't even know all the long-term advantages yet, and yet at least extrapolating out there saying, wow, I could save a day or 2 days of grunt work a week that I could have AI do for me, and then I could go into higher value tasks. That is valuable. And third, they have an I can figure it out mentality, knowing that there's a lot of unknowns and there are going to be things to learn that they don't know how to do yet. But to have this mentality, whatever it is, whatever comes my way, I can learn it, I can figure it out. Second, if you're going to be successful in an age of AI, be the one who learns it and who capitalizes on it. People are fascinated, they're curious, they're kind of scared, some people are freaked out. But if you can be the one who thinks about it right and then does something about it in a very positive and proactive way for yourself, that can do great things for you, your life, but great things for your career. If you want to get promoted at work, do these three things. First, don't be a late adopter. Be an early adopter. Get in there, learn about it, get really curious about it, and learn all you can. Secondly, demonstrate that curiosity and interest to your boss. They are looking for, knowing that AI is going to be here to stay, they're going to be keeping their eyes open for who's not putting their head in the sand, who's willing to take the lead, who's willing to try out new things, who's willing to move forward proactively with it. And third, come up with concrete ways to leverage AI. Bring ideas to your boss, bring in innovation to your leadership team to show that you're on the front edge of anything that could help the department, the company run better. So instead of thinking about AI as something that might replace your job, use AI to improve your position. Think about it in really productive and positive ways. Get really curious about it and look at the advantages that are possible with AI. And then, secondly, use it to come up with new ideas and to demonstrate innovation and to demonstrate that you're the one who should have that next promotion.